Welcome to this journey of understanding and overcoming self-sabotage. Today, we will explore the hidden patterns that hold us back and learn how to break free from them. You don't fail because you're lazy. You fail because you're running an invisible script, one you didn't choose, but you keep following. It tells you when to stop, when to doubt, when to delay, and every time you listen, it calls it safety. But it's not safety, it's sabotage. This is the silent pattern that keeps you stuck. You set a goal, you get excited, you plan, you start, then comes hesitation, then excuses dressed as logic, then avoidance disguised as timing. You pull back, you distract yourself, and soon you find yourself at the beginning again, disappointed, discouraged, exhausted from restarting what you never truly committed to. That's not failure, that's self-sabotage, and it's not loud. It's sneaky. It shows up in the small choices. It hides behind perfectionism, procrastination, overthinking, and fear masked as I'm just waiting for clarity. But clarity doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. You don't figure it out before you act. You figure it out because you act. But clarity doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. You don't figure it out before you act. You figure it out because you act. If you want to break the cycle, you have to see the pattern for what it is, an outdated belief running your life on autopilot. Ask yourself, what do I keep avoiding even though I know it matters? What behavior do I keep justifying that's actually holding me back? And what version of me am I loyal to, even though it no longer matches where I want to go? Because you can't move forward while clinging to the identity that's built on surviving instead of expanding. If you believe you always mess it up, you will. If you believe nothing lasts, you'll find ways to end it. If you believe you're not meant to succeed, you'll never fully show up when the opportunity comes. That's the cycle. Want, start, fear, stall, quit, guilt, restart. And every time you run it again, it gets stronger. Not because it's true, but because it's familiar. So how do you break it? You stop negotiating with your old self. You stop asking for motivation. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions. And you decide, not once but daily, to show up like someone who no longer needs to start over. So how do you break it? You stop negotiating with your old self. You stop asking for motivation. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions. And you decide, not once but daily, to show up like someone who no longer needs to start over. You lower the bar of perfection and you raise the standard of consistency. You don't need to do everything right. You need to do what matters, even when it's messy, even when it's boring, even when it's not impressive. Because repetition is where power is built.